So for those who didn't hear your story last time, can you explain what an ocularist is?
Yeah, so an ocularist is someone who makes artificial eyes. So they're fully customized to fit a patient's socket and they're completely hand painted.
So is it a very complex process? How do you learn to do something like this?
Yeah, ocularistry, it's a very niche field and there's no exact curriculum for it in most parts of the world. You generally need to find someone to take you under their wing and train you, I guess kind of like an apprenticeship. So we ended up training with a world-renowned ocularist in Nottingham who had around 40 years experience in the field.
Do you work side by side? Do you have complementary skills?
Can you tell? We've worked side by side for a long time. And yes, we do. We definitely balance each other out very well, I think. So Francesca's painting is amazing. And I'll say that my plastering skills are much better.
Yeah, I definitely struggle with the plastering sometimes.
So would you say that you're artists, scientists, a bit of both?
It's a really nice intersection of healthcare and artistry. And a little bit of not counselling, but you do sit and listen to your patients for so long. Often they've gone through a very traumatic experience to get to the point where they come to see us. I think our job is also quite a lot of rehabilitation as well. We're sort of the last step on that journey to becoming whole again.
So how long does it take from start to saying goodbye to a patient, having holistically treated them with their eye? How long is that process?
So we can make an eye in about 6 hours. I think our record at the moment is making an eye in 4 hours, but we usually try and have it ready for the next day, just as quick as possible, especially if people are traveling a long distance to come and see us.
So what are some of the reasons that people will need an eye that you make?
The main reasons are often like trauma to the eye or infections, or as Nellie mentioned earlier, retinoblastoma, which is a very aggressive form of eye cancer, which is normally detected in the very early years of childhood. Unfortunately, due to delays in diagnosis, the only option to save the eye, because the cancer is spread, is to remove one or both of the eyes.
And so how do people access your services?
So we have a clinic in Nairobi, and we work alongside ophthalmologists and all eye specialists. We do hope to be able to be a bit more mobile in future so that we can visit more remote areas. But one of the biggest, challenges is affordability for the patient. So it's always been a bit of a challenge and a juggling act of keeping our prices as low as possible whilst keeping us sustainable to increase, accessibility to prostheses.
What is the kind of reaction that you see when someone has received an eye?
Oh, it's always very emotional. Well, there's usually always a few tears or definitely big smiles.
Yeah.
It's quite a special thing to see.
Yeah, I'm very lucky to be a part of it.
Yeah.